3 years and some change ago, I was sitting at my desk in my dorm room, typing away at a script, much like I am now. As I finished the script, set up my microphone, and began to read it aloud, all I could think was, what will people think? Will people even see it? Will they understand? I wanted so desperately then not to be alone. For so long, I had watched slice of life anime like K-On!, Yudu Camp, Yudu Yuri, or After School Dice Club, all while having a place to belong. I had grown used to it. I had taken it for granted, and I never even stopped to think about what it was like if I didn't belong somewhere. What would I do? Where would I go? Those questions of such a hypothetical occasion never crossed my mind. That was the case until I found myself in that exact scenario at the end of high school and the start of college. Even when I uploaded my first video and it was met with empathy and understanding, I still didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I hated the feeling. Now, with 1 year left of college, I am once again reminded of that loneliness. But as I approach this new chapter in my life, where I will likely have to find new places and purposes, Bocchi the Rock and K-On! Have reminded me of my closest friends and loved ones that brought me out of that slump years ago. I was part of the class of 2020. As you likely know, it was the year that the pandemic and quarantine began. I lost the second half of my senior year because of it, as did most everyone else in my class. I'm sure the class of 2021 lost out on plenty of experiences as well. I had no last esports match, no last drama club play, no last track meet, no senior skip day, no cheers in the hall on the last day. It just ended, and that was it. Of course, at the time, I thought little to nothing of it. Who wouldn't want to have only 2 hours of schoolwork every day and the freedom of doing it all from the comfort of your own home? However, when I began college, I was no longer a part of the clubs I held so dear in high school, not to mention that most of my classes were online. There were little to no in-person events on campus, not that I was sociable enough to go to them alone anyway. It gave me a lot of time to think. And so, I thought about myself. I thought about my life, my friends, my past. I thought about what I could have done differently to squeeze every last experience I could have out of my high school career. Most of all, I mulled over the regret, the loneliness, and the dread that consumed me. I was so lost with what to do, terrified of moving forward. Moving forward meant I would only feel lonely again. And so, I sat down and wrote a script for an introspective video essay about my thoughts on myself. I tried to distract myself and find someone else who could relate. I wanted to be acknowledged. Needless to say, although I was grateful for the support you all showed me, I still felt out of place. Only a handful of months ago, during the fall anime season, I found myself anxious of feeling lost again as graduation approached. While watching K-On! My freshman year with a new lens, and while watching Bocchi the Rock my junior year, I was able to find a place I could call home. As people, we not only have an inherent desire to find and fulfill a purpose, but we also have a desire to be acknowledged for that purpose. While I was in high school, I received that acknowledgement from the clubs and teams I was a part of. The cross-country team welcomed me like a family. The esports team showed me what it was like to accomplish something great, working with others. The travel club allowed me to see another part of the world. And the drama club reignited my passion for creating. No matter what I was doing in high school, I felt accomplished and I felt comfortable. So once I lost the structure of clubs, once I lost the desire and opportunities to participate in them, where could I have possibly found that same comfort? In preparation for making my K-On! Video during my freshman year of college, I rewatched the series. From that, I learned exactly where I belonged. K-On! Isn't really about the music. It is to an extent, but the focus is primarily on the friendships and dynamic among the characters. It's about the impact that those relationships have on the individuals and their values. When Yui started high school, she had a strong desire to join a club. She wanted to find a place where she could belong with others, and she found that place within the light music club. Azusa, Miu, Ritsu, and Sumugi all found a place they could call home. In that home, they found their family, their place in the world. I was in tears by episode 20 of season 2 because I connected with them and understood the fear of separating from the place you belonged. However, it also made me realize how exactly I could find that place again, how I could start over in college. Gradually, especially during my sophomore and junior years, I nestled into a new place in the world that I can call home. On the contrary to my high school career, the new place I've found isn't just a club or a community I became involved with. K-On! Showed me that the best place to find where you belong is simply a place where you can be with your friends. The kind of friends you can call brother or sister. The kind of friends who will back you up no matter what. The kind of friends who turn those clubs or communities into a home. As my college career is nearing its end, I'm afraid of losing this place. I'm afraid that once we graduate and go our separate ways, we won't carry that home with us. I'm afraid I will once again be without a place to belong. And yet, after watching Bocchi the Rock, it was made clear to me that, well, I can always find a place to belong with these people, regardless of the distance, the time that has passed, or the stages of life that we enter. Unlike Yui, Bocchi wasn't just looking for a place to belong. She was looking for a way to play music with others who shared her passion. With Kessoku Band, Bocchi found both of what she was looking for. She immediately found an outlet for her music, but she also discovered that the people involved could help her break out of her shell. When Bocchi's string snapped at the school festival concert, she pushed onward and made lemonade out of the lemon. Without the other members of Kessoku Band, she would have never broken out of her shell, and she would have never had the confidence to push forward in that scenario. Bocchi's struggle with her introversion and her friends' efforts to get her to open up reminded me of myself, albeit to a lesser degree. I returned to my introverted self, encased in my own world during my freshman year. When I found my place, those friends were able to break me from it to an extent, just like my fellow club members did in high school. I've also found an outlet for my interests through my friends, like Bocchi. The anime reminded me of how much I valued the shared interests my friends and I have. Because of them, I have a place to share my creativity, my passion for Dungeons & Dragons, my love for anime, and my crippling addiction to video games. During summer break in Bocchi the Rock, despite wasting the break away and not ever spending time with the other band members, Bocchi was still able to come together with them and recreate that sense of belonging, that acknowledgement of each other. Seeing that encouraged me, so that I could move onward into my senior year without any worries. During the summer, my friends and I were apart, involved in work, vacations, or just life in general. We didn't have much time to spend together, but I knew that no matter what, we'd be able to meet again and bring back that same sense of home and belonging. Other people are one of the best ways to grant you acknowledgement of your purpose, or even find your purpose. We all want to belong somewhere. So, if you see someone struggling, as we all have, try to understand what they're going through. If they seem lost, without a sense of belonging, provide it for them. You never know what may come of just including someone or even just asking their name. Kaon and Bocchi the Rock are reminders to us of the friendships and bonds that hold our lives together. Without them, we would have nowhere to be. Whether you want to express your creativity, play music, share a passion, or learn something new, purpose, belonging, and acknowledgement start with making a friend. If you found yourself lost and have stumbled across this video, I hope you can find your place within this community. I hope we can continue to keep this community as a place for people to find belonging, just as I did when I made my first video. This has been CiderThoughts. If you enjoyed this video and haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thank you so very much for watching. I love you all, and until next time.